people with Internet, hello again. I'm TheMBmulti. Welcome to, I think this is part 36 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the previous episodes, yeah, fuck, bullshit. No, not bullshit, but like, shit. A lot of shit happened in the previous episodes. I confessed my feelings to Sayori, and she finally admitted that she was having a very bad depression, and that all of the happy faces that she put up, well, most of the happy faces that she put up were all a lie or a mask, and yeah. And I couldn't emotionally handle it, of course, because I was once again, just like with Yuri, seeing a beautiful, cute, happy person that has nothing wrong with them, that unfortunately can't force themselves to look at themselves in a bright light, and that made me feel sad. So yeah, go watch it if you want to, the previous episodes. Anyway, it is the next day after we confessed our love to Sayori and called our mother to tell everything and listen to some advice. Some advice my character could have used with Yuri, by the way. But again, the reason why that didn't happen is, of course, because I discovered Yuri's secrets. Excuse me, way later. I discovered Yuri's secret halfway in Act 3. And right now we are nearing halfway of Act 2. And we already discovered what Sayori's problems are. But, so yeah, in general, Sayori's route is a lot more faster paced than Yuri's route. So yeah, anyway, I literally just now finished recording the previous episodes. So as you can see and hear probably as well, I'm still in an emotional wreck. But I cannot fucking stop. I want to continue a little bit at least. So that's why I'm recording this episode straight after. Man, I am glad that it's Saturday today. There would be no chance in hell that I'd be able to concentrate if today were a school day. The revelation keeps replaying over and over in my mind. Depression, and nasty sounding words, and in some ways quite foreign. I guess I was kind of sheltered. Prior to Sayori, I never knew any people with the condition. It was something I was, of course, aware of, but I had never paid any real thought to it. I knew what it was. Psychology has always been at least vaguely interesting to me, but I never really saw a real reason to look into it. And Sayori said she's been depressed for most of her life, so I can't help but wonder, when did it all develop? What caused it? Was she bullied, or did a close friend or family member die? There are so many things I want to ask her right now, but as Mom said, it's best to give Sayori some time to cool off or whatever. I'll give it a couple of days. Besides, I've got a lot of homework to be getting on with. Hold that Sakurai's out of the way first. Man, the end of the war really had huge effects on the world. It's time for a break, I reckon. What to play. Release the first words. It really is a first world problem to have so many games available but still not know what to play. I got first world problems. First world problems. Song from Weird Al, by the way. Look it up, it's fucking awesome. A colorful looking title catches my eye. Man, not even the escapism of video games is doing the trick. Perhaps I should go for a walk instead. Being co-opted up indoors probably isn't doing any favors for my health. I'm used to harp on about the importance of fresh air. I stand up and stretch, rarely rubbing my neck. Yeah, some fresh air wouldn't go amiss. Oh, it's night already. Oh, this is the lake where where Yuri brought me. At this point of the day, the park is rather quiet. Not as many people come to this part of the park anyway. Which is a shame because this part is arguably the prettiest, thanks to the lake. Being in the middle of November, there's a definite chill in the air. Although I'm wrapped up warm, I can still barely feel it. There's a comfortable lull in the air, especially after the overwhelming nature of last night. Silence is the perfect antidote, being therapeutic and calm. Sure, I have the house to myself, but there's no substitute for fresh, cool air. Maybe my parents were right when they kept up that healthy body, healthy mind mantra. As calm as the atmosphere is, it's not doing much for the whirlwind that's in my mind. Looking back, how could I have been so stupid? How did I miss all the signs? Am I really that dense? Thinking about it, the fairy tale poem makes so much sense now. The selflessness, the devotion to keep others happy regardless of her own mental state. The signs were all there, struggling to wake up on time, which explains why she was always late, and the nightmare, and when she finally told me her most painful secret. How did I respond? By shouting at her and making her cry. Great friend you are, Mark. No wonder she didn't even want to tell me in the first place. I was so pushy, so demanding, that when she told me, instead of being empathetic and understanding, I did the exact opposite. It wouldn't even surprise me if she didn't want to be friends anymore. Would she ever forgive me? Although whether she should or not is a whole other question. Even if she did forgive me, what could I even do about her depression? Her self-perception seems so cemented. Would I be making things worse by getting involved? Or would I be able to help her? I don't know. Being a normal teenage guy doesn't really afford me much sensibility. Even though it might sound a bit melodramatic, I can't help but feel like I barely even know Sayori anymore. How much of her happiness is just a mask? It can't be all of it. Oh, is this Yuri? Mark? Being so lost in thoughts, I didn't even. Yes, it's Yuri. Oh yes, yes, Yuri. I would just I would just fucking start to cry and just jump in her, like hug her immediately. Even though she probably would be flustered beyond belief, but I don't care. Oh hey Yuri, I didn't see you there. I'm not bothering you, am I? You look rather deep in thought. Oh, you're fine. It would be nice to have some company, actually. She smiles shyly and takes a seat next to me. The accompanying silence is not awkward in the slightest, which surprises me. Then again, Yuri's no stranger to deep thoughts herself, and she's definitely used to being reflective and quiet. I didn't expect to see you here. Didn't expect me to come to a quiet park when it's getting dark. Didn't expect me to come to a quiet park when it's getting dark, especially in the middle of the winter, huh? Not really, no. The dark and cold combined tend to put most people off. If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here? Well, there's a lot on my mind, and I figured some fresh air would do me good, you know? Ah, I see. Perhaps you're more alike than I first imagined. Whenever I'm troubled by something, I always find quiet period of reflection in the evening can be really helpful. Something about the stillness of the night. It's much easier to think when you're in an environment such as this one. Yeah, it is, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed. It helps just to take a step back and breathe. We've actually known this park for as long as I can remember. My parents used to take Sayori and I here all the time. Countless memories throughout the years. That sounds wonderful, Mark. To be able to share such happy times with someone as you both grew up. Although I'm curious, given how much time you two seem to spend with one another, I would have thought Sayori would be with you now. I looked down momentarily, poking at a trick with my shoe. Well, we kinda had a fight. Oh, that comes as quite a surprise, given how close you two seem to be. Then again, I suppose it's inevitable that fights occur between people, no matter their dynamics. Yuri starts fiddling with her hair. Not that I mean to pry, but may I ask why you had a fight in the first place? I grimace as I reply. As much as I enjoy talking to Yuri and appreciate her company here, there's no way I can reveal Sayori's secret to her. It's not that I don't want to tell you, and it's nothing personal, I understand completely, Mark. I suppose it was a rather personal question. She just told me something really private, and that horrible familiar feeling of shame bubbles up whenever I recount how I reacted to her confession. I didn't take it very well and said some really stupid stuff. I got angry at her and shouted at her. I'm an awful friend. I leaned forwards, burying my face in my hands. There's an awkward heavy silence for a few moments. Mark? I know that I haven't known you for as long as Sayori has, but please believe me when I say you're not an awful friend. I don't know what was said between you two, but everyone says things they don't mean during arguments, especially when tensions are running high. That's something my parents once told me, and it's really true. If you take my argument with Natsuki back in September, in the heat of the moment, I said some rather hurtful things. However, I didn't actually mean them, and I'm fairly confident that Natsuki feels the same way too. Please don't be too hard on yourself. I can tell that Sayori means a lot to you, and you're ever so patient and kind with her. Also, by the way, as I once again descend into emotional agony, I find it also extremely fucking sad that Yuri, who is, besides Sayori, I guess, by far one of the loneliest people out here in the club, who has lost both of her parents, and has no family support whatsoever. At least I didn't see any of it during the Yuri route, so I'm imagining that she doesn't really have much of a family to rely on. Says very nice, mature things like this, and is also one of the most lonely people out there. I mean, from Sayori, it's still like, yeah, Sayori does that too, with the happy faces she puts up. But yeah, Yuri isn't like that. Yuri can't just put up a happy face all the time, because that's just not Yuri's personality. Yes, she's still saying very tough things, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, Yuri in this timeline where I'm not together with Yuri would love to be together if there was a chance for that. So, holy fuck. I still think that, like, Yuri was, like, the best choice. I mean, yes, I love Sayori as well, but it would be, I think, if this was real life, it would be better to have Yuri as actual girlfriend, and then Sayori with just friends. Very, extremely motherfucking close friends, but just friends. I guess. I don't know. If I may be so bold to say, perhaps you don't realize it, but you do a lot for her. Little things such as walking to school with her in the mornings and walking her home in the afternoons. But most importantly, whenever she's feeling sad, you really take it upon yourself to find out what's wrong so you can comfort her. We can all see that you care, and that your care and consideration for her shines like a beacon. It is all well and good and all, but I still hurt her really badly. Friends always hurt each other, Mark. It's just an unfortunate reality of being human. From what I can gather, she isn't someone who could hold a grudge. Funny you should say that, someone else mentioned the exact same line. So, whatever issue there is between you guys, I'm confident you'll be able to sort it out. Sorry, I didn't mean to sound so presumptuous or anything. You're not been presumptuous in the slightest, Yuri. Your insight has been really refreshing. I still feel bad, but you've made me realize that perhaps things aren't as bleak as they seem. So, thank you. Seriously, it means a lot. You're a really good friend. Thank you, Mark. I'm glad I was able to help. I can't help but grin. Yuri's shyness has always been endearing, especially as it clashes against her intelligent, mature outlook. Oh, so much. Anyway, I could ask you the same question. What brings you here? It's okay. You don't have to disclose anything. I won't pry. But just know that if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here. And so are the other girls, okay? I remember how horrible those people during the festival recital were to you, and I'd hate to think that you were suffering in silence. Or anything like that. Oh, Mark, you truly are too kind. I very much appreciate your words, and I'm very glad that Sayori told you about our club. I know I said it back in September, but honestly, I'll say it again. I'm just grateful that you guys accepted me with open arms. You didn't judge me because I wasn't a poet, nor did you ever laugh at how bad my poems were. I know they weren't particularly to your taste, but you still gave me good advice and feedback. Well, I believe that everyone should be included. No one deserves to be an outcast, irrespective of their hobbies, interests, and their writing ability. Yeah, but yeah, she sees herself as an outcast. I just wish others would be as accepting and inclusive of those with interests that go against the norm. She's nervously picking at her sleeves, almost pulling them up over their hands. Over her hands. Well, for what it's worth, I think your interest in horror and taste in literature and poetry is pretty cool, Yuri. It makes for a nice change of discussion and gives you interesting stuff to talk about. Like when you discussed Frankenstein's monster with me at lunchtime. I never really gave it much thought, but after you had that talk with me, it helped me realize that we shouldn't just take stuff at face value. Oh, and your poems are awesome. I hope that one day I'll be able to write to your level. That really means a lot. I'm glad you have such an open mind, Mark. In this day and age, to find a mind so free of prejudice and misconception, it's really a breath of fresh air. Thank you. Anyway, I don't mean to cut short our discussion, but unfortunately I have a lot of homework to be getting on with. Oh yeah, me too. Procrastination can only get you so far, huh? Catch you later, Yuri. Hope everything gets better. And you too. And you, Mark. With a wave, we both depart. Okay, yeah, I needed that. I needed. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you. I definitely needed that. Beep, beep, beep. Another day at school. At least it's mid-November now, so the Christmas break isn't too far off. After finishing my morning routine, I head outside, tentatively waiting for Sayori. Yuri's words were helpful, but it was naive to think things would just go back to normal. There's no sign of Sayori, and I feel like texting her is off the table. With a sigh, I make the journey to school alone. The thing about the interwar years should by all means be interesting. Even with Sakurai's enthusiasm and humor injected into the lessons, I still can't find myself enthusiastic about the topics he's discussing. Despite my best efforts to remain occupied over the weekend, the worry I have for Sayori was always there, lurking in the back of my mind. I hate this silence. Not being able to talk to someone you really want to talk to is really crushing. Ah, Mark, I don't suppose you'd be able to answer that question, huh? Please don't tell me I'm such a boring teacher that you can't even pay attention. If word got out that I was sending my students into stupor, I'd get fired on the spot. Although I'd probably do well in the hypnosis business. There's a light smuttering of laughter. He's still looking at me expectantly, so I force a grin on my face. Sorry, sir, I didn't understand the question. Could you repeat it? He does so, and I answer. He nods approvingly, although there's traces of concern on his features. The rest of the lesson drags on at what feels like a snail's pace. We're supposed to be taking notes from our textbook, our textbook, I guess, and answering the question, but my mind has been on autopilot ever since I woke up this morning. By all accounts, the progress I've made has been pretty mediocre. Everything okay, Mark? He's keeping his voice low and quiet, crouching next to me. You don't quite seem yourself today. Pardon me if that's an incorrect assessment. He motions towards my notes. You're normally ahead of the game when it comes to classwork. Not that I mind too much, everyone's allowed to slack now and again, right? He chuckles, but I barely even respond. Yeah, I'm good, sir, sorry, I just had a long weekend. Might as well attempt to stab at humor. And by long weekend, no, I don't mean staying up late playing video games. That's a shame. Those kind of weekends are the best ones. Yep. Those are better weekends than when you confess your love to someone and and the whole shitstorm happens because apparently there's a whole bunch more things hiding behind there. Anyway, just do your best for now. You've got a good grasp on the topics, so don't worry about it too much for now. But make sure you know the material for the December exams. Got it, sir. Thank you. Phew. I was expecting some kind of stern telling about my lack of progress. Bell's about to ring, everyone. We'll call it there. As I'm making my way outside, I spot a familiar white bow. Oh, hi, Monika. Hey, Mark. About to head to lunch, huh? Yeah. I'm really sorry, but I won't be coming to the club today. Oh, okay. She raises an eyebrow. Oh, why is that? Being totally honest with you, I'm really not in the mood for it. There's just some stuff I need to sort out, and if I came, I don't think I'd be very good company anyway. She nods, but it's hard to read the expression on her face. Okay, that's understandable. By the way, you haven't seen Sayori around, have you? She didn't come to school today. Do you know why? Funny you should ask that. No clue, sorry. Strange. Well, I hope you sort out whatever it is that's bugging you soon. Thanks, and sorry once again for bailing. It's okay. It'll be a quiet session today. I guess. What? It'll be a quiet session today, I guess. What, with the three of us? Okay, whatever. Bit of a weird sentence in my mind. It'll be interesting to see what it's like. Anyway, I've got to go. See you around, Mark. See ya. Why do we get the nagging feeling that she's judging me for something? Oh well. Much like the walk to school, the return journey feels equally as empty. With another pang of guilt, I remember all of the little jibes I used to fire away about being lazy and unable to get out of bed. Why is it that our brains are so good at remembering us of times we said or did things we really regret? A tiny voice of reason within me tells me that I had no way of knowing why she struggled to get up on time. I mean, it's not like I set out to hurt her with my jokes. That kind of playful banter is just characterizes our friendship. I just wish you could believe that tiny voice of reason for a little more. As I make my way to my house, I notice a figure sitting by my doorway. I roll my eyes and suppress the urge to groan. I'm really not in any mood to deal with some religious nutter trying to get me to believe in God. Wait, hang on. That's Sayori. Sayori? Her head shoots up as the sound of my voice. What are you doing here? The sight in front of me is utterly unexpected. Neither of us know what to say. The aftermath of our previous encounter still lingers in the air. Can I come in? Yeah, sure. Thanks. After dumping my school stuff down, I turn to face her. The awkwardness doesn't dissipate. There's so much I want to say, but I don't even know where to start. I'm really sorry, Mark. Tears immediately fill Sayori's eyes, and the powerful desire to embrace her hits me once more. I really shouldn't have kicked you out like that. I've been so horrible to you, keeping you in the dark. I was just so scared. The whole thing is just so confusing. No, Sayori, it's me who should be apologizing. I'm so sorry for being so pushy, for shouting at you, for being such a lousy friend. I've been regretting how I acted on Friday ever since. Please don't hate me. Oh, now Sayori tumbles into my arms for a change. Nice. Sayori tumbles into my arms, sobbing without restraint. I could never hate you, silly. You're my best friend. I was so scared that after our fight, I'd push you away. I can feel my heart break as she sobs and clings to me. Instinctively, I wrap my arms around her and hold her close. You're so silly sometimes, you know that? You could never push me away. I'm your best friend. Although, recently I've been wondering if I deserve to be. Why? I shouted at you, made you cry. A few of my tears have started to leak. With concern etched all over her face, she leans forward and carefully brushes a tear away. It's the last thing I wanted to do, and I hate myself for it. Mark, it's okay. Looking back, I really can't blame you. It must have been so frustrating from your perspective, just wanting things to go back to normal. Please, can we put this all behind us? It's like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders just by hearing those words. Of course we can. And here I was thinking you didn't want to be friends anymore. I could never stay mad at you, Mark. You mean too much to me. Can we agree that we're both a bunch of clowns and we're as bad as each other? Sayori gives a watery smile. She clings to me a little harder. That sounds fair. I had to hear that laugh again. I'll always be here for you, okay? Even though I can be a dense idiot at the best of times. That will never change. She looks up, her eyes swimming with tears. Yeah, well, kind of like this, I guess. Yeah. Even with tear marks all down her face and tousled or whatever hair. She still looks absolutely beautiful. You really mean that? I gently thumb away one of her tears. Of course I do. She burrows once more into my chest. It feels incredibly intimate to be able to hold her in this state of vulnerability. So is that why you waited outside my house? Yeah, I really wanted to see you, but I couldn't face school today, and I wasn't sure if you even wanted to see me. Her voice is slightly muffled. As she talks into my shirt. It's kind of funny when you think about it. We both thought the other person didn't want to see us, but we both really wanted to see each other. Ah, Sayori. What are we like? She giggles into my chest. At such a close distance, I can actually feel the vibration from her laughter. Yuri told me that she didn't think you were the kind of person to stay angry for long. She looks up. Yuri? Yeah, I bumped into her over the weekends while I was at the park, needing some fresh air at night. Don't worry, I didn't reveal much, I just told her we had a fight. She was really empathetic and understanding. Oh, that sounds like her. She's such a dependable friend. Anyway, I guess she's right. I hate conflict and I don't like staying angry at people. Well, that's super convenient for an idiot like me, isn't it? I was going to try and find you earlier, but I thought I should give it a little bit of time first. Oh well, at least we're here now. I'm so glad you came to find me. And I'm super glad we made up. Oops, I got your shirt super wet. Sorry about that. All good. Not the first time you spilled something on me now, is it? Oh, you mean it one time with... Hold up, Sayori. One time? Okay, you've made your point, meanie. You both share a laugh. And my god, does that laugh feel good to hear. Just like that, all the tension and stress I've been carrying over the past few days has lessened. It's like I can finally breathe again. Anyway, look, Sayori, I had some time to think about what you told me on Friday. I'll be honest with you, I don't understand depression at all, and I can't imagine what you are going through. But what I do know is that I'll do my best to be there for you. Even if it's just as a friend. I know you said you like me too, but you weren't sure about your feelings. So we can go at whatever pace you want to go at. If you even want to go at all. It's really frustrating because I do like you, Mark, I really do. She bites her lip anxiously. I'd hate to drag you down. To get you involved with my mess. I know you see it like that, Sayori, but I see it completely differently. No one is forcing me to make my decision. I'm choosing to get involved because I want to, because I like you, and I don't see you as a burden at all. Think of all the times where you've helped me feel better, or the other girls in the club. You're so good at keeping everyone's spirits high, breaking up fights, restoring the peace. Would it really be so wrong for me to give something back to you? I know you don't see it, but to me, you're worth an awful lot, and I care about you so much. But Mark, there are so many other things, other people out there who are more worthy of your time. None of those other people are you, though. No one else on this planet could ever replace you. I grew up with Sayori. I grew up with you, Sayori, and you're my best friend for a reason. All of the happy memories we shared, the jokes, the stories, the adventures, I shared them with you, and only you. It's such a big reason as to why my childhood was so happy. Really? Of course. We used to see each other like every day. Our parents used to say we were inseparable. And here we are now, even after years apart. We get along like nothing ever happens. So believe me when I say that you're very special to me. You've got a heart of gold, whether you can see it or not. Oh, Mark. She starts to sniffle again. No one has ever said something like that to me before. Well, I'm glad to be the first. I'm still unsure, and it's still really confusing, but our hugs are really comforting. They make me feel like everything might be okay, if just for a few moments. I know what you want me to say, but I don't know. I still feel like I'm being selfish, and I thought you liking me back would make the rain clouds in my head go away. It's like there's a little ray of sunshine now, but it's still raining. Even though Mom told me that depression is no quick fix, Sayori's words still disappoint me. Mom did say it wouldn't be easy. Guess I'm really starting to find out just how difficult this can be. That's okay, Sayori. I guess it was naive for me to think that I could just come and fix everything. That would be so nice though. I guess we could just start by taking everything really slowly? Like, could we not jump into going on official dates or telling everyone we're together just yet? Of course, whatever pace you want to go with, like I said. I'm not making the wrong choice though, am I? Just please tell me if I'm being a burden. And I won't hold it against you if you didn't want to be with me anymore. You don't have to worry about that at all, trust me. Although as much as I like you, I don't want you going through with this just because... what? I don't want you going through with this just because it's what want. No, I kinda wanted to. Kinda? I do want it, I just can't shake off that feeling that I'm not worth your time. And even though what you said just now really helped, feeling worthless is something I've felt for a long time. It's hard to shake off that feeling. While by being with you, the rain clouds don't feel as bad. It'll be okay, Sayori. I just know it will. I'll see you through this storm, and I'll be your umbrella. That's actually one of the sweetest things you've ever said to me. Holy shit. Thought there was like a snot bubble coming out of my nose there. Poetic too. Looks like the literature club is really rubbing off on you. I know, right? I'll definitely be the next Shakespeare. English is very lenient with verbs, but that verb doesn't fit there. Just you wait. Anyway, I guess it's for the best that we're taking things slow because December exams are coming up. As much as I don't really want to, we should probably both be focusing on those. Yeah, you're right. But once they're over, I take her hands, blocking her fingers with mine. We'll just have to wait, won't we? Anyway, speaking of work, I should probably get started with revision. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll see you later, okay? Okay. I hold my arms out and we embrace once more. Oh, to be able to hold her close to me, inhaling her scent, playing with the strand of her hair. It's heaven. Before I can stop myself, I plant a soft kiss on her forehead and break free, closing the door before my mind catches up to my lips. I swear I can hear a soft giggle as she closes the door behind her. Okay, everyone. Oh, I could definitely use a bit of fucking Monika positivity in the literature club now. Oh man, fuck me. Okay, yeah, emotional heavy episodes number 2, Electric Boogaloo. Okay, well, I'm glad that everything is sort of okay and that Sayori is actually getting sort of, well, not automatically better, but you know, it's helping. It's progress. It's progress in a good direction, and that's good to see. Okay. Some normal club activities in the next episodes. Okay, I hope you almost enjoyed it. Click the like button underneath if you liked it and shit. See you later, Romans. Well, later.